everyone, it's a little bit of a different setting. Wait there. That is better. Much better lighting, I assume. There we go. Today's video is in a very different environment to what my usual videos are in. I'm inside and I'm gonna go through something that is a big part of sort of TYF and things I do for TYF. I'm going to show you, and then I'll be outdoors this evening and watching the sunset. It's kind of weird right now. I'm using the camera without an LCD screen. So I really don't know if, like I said in previous videos, I don't know if it's exposed, if it's in focus. I'm using auto settings right now because that's the easiest. But I just, I use my knowledge that having a bright light behind your head isn't going to be a good lighting conditions, so I thought I'll come to the window. It'd be much better. Firstly, let me welcome you to the TYF abode, the headquarters. Wait, I just got to get something. Oh, in fact, it's right here. This. Today's video is about... What was that? Today's video is about my process of receiving an order from my website, from my shop, getting it packaged, getting it signed and written out, and sending it. Although this one is a bit different, but I'm going to take you through the process. Should be good. Oh, small, tight space. How do I do this? So I received an order from a brilliant viewer over in Luxembourg, and I've got to package it, seal it up, and send it off. I don't think I can send it this evening because Luxembourg and it's international shipping and postage is different to what I usually do if someone in the UK orders it. But I can package it up, I can get it ready, I can get the money ready to send it off. And I'm gonna sort of go through the process and take you along with me. It's pretty simple. It's really simple, but I really enjoy doing it, and it's been a great experience so far with having this shop up. I'm gonna take a seat. Have I already welcomed you to TYF headquarters yet? I think I have. Anyways, welcome. This is where I do all my work, all the editing, all the packaging, postaging, and all that stuff. I've got my laptop there with the address, and in here, this is everything I need for packaging in this box. And this is pretty much my sort of, what would you call it, like my shop. This is my shop. It's small, it's very messy, but I understand it. And as long as I understand it, it's okay, because I'm the only one who goes into this box. It may be completely random, messy, loads of junk put everywhere, and almost look totally unorganized, but in my brain, it's organized, and as long as it's organized in my brain, jobs are good. The main things I need. I don't need everything for every order. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do not. In here, I have a box. In here is the product. The product is in the box. Loads of scribbles on here. It tells me how much of the product I have. Stickers. These are the official TYF stickers, the first ever batch in there. I keep them safe in a box. They are nice and safe and organised. An envelope. These are the envelopes I use. They're just sort of business envelopes. Cling film. Seems random, but really useful to have a roll of cling film. Pen. You can't do anything without a pen, so I have a pen. To stamp my letters and orders in a unique way to let them know that it is from me, packaged by me, not by some company far away, not from the middle of nowhere. To let people know that it's me, it's genuinely me packaging these, me putting the effort into it. I stamp the letters, I seal the letters with my little bits of sealing wax, my stamp, and my seal is an L for my name. And that's what goes on the back of every letter. Now, I've got messages back from people saying it's just a really nice touch, and I think it's a nice touch as well. So what is the first step for me? the first step for me is the most crucial part of, you know, this system, this process, and that is writing the address. If you slip up, if you don't stick to the way that the mailing system wants it, the format, and if you maybe put a wrong word, put a wrong letter, put a wrong number, it really isn't good. I've almost made a mistake in the past, but I corrected myself, and it's just the most crucial aspect of this, getting the address right. So I do it first so I know it's out the way, I can double check it at the very end, and it's all done. So I do the address first. I really need to focus. Here we go. I'm gonna have to shut you off. Can't let you see the address. As I was writing the address for this envelope, an email popped up on my laptop, and so I read it, and it was from the person that I'm about to send the stickers to. And Theory, I hope you don't mind me saying your name here and you know, talking to you through this little video, but I wish you the best of luck with all the things that you want to do. That was an awesome email. What a coincidence that just popped up. But I thank you for the support, and I hope you enjoy these stickers. I really hope they don't get eaten by snails. Pretty much all my letters get eaten by snails somehow. In the post box, on the way there, in people's post boxes. Snails are ravenous. So once I've done the address, I then put on my return address, and then I don't need the computer anymore. It's all sort of my own handwork. So I then get the stickers. In each order there are 3 stickers. So I make sure I've got 3 stickers. You always double check. So I got 3 stickers, and then I put the order number on. So I put TYF. Then this is where the cling film comes in. The cling film is sort of my protection from the snails. Now the key thing is, don't put, even if you're sending any letter really, don't put the product or the card or the letter in before you write the address. Always write the address first. Otherwise you put the imprint into the letter or the card or the product, and receiving your stickers and they've got sort of the imprint of me writing the address on, it's just not very good. So always put the product or whatever you're doing in after you've written the address. It's my little tip. And then I get onto the sealing process with my candle wax. Now I'm going to show you this sealing wax. This one has a character, so I'm going to seal up Theory's letter with this one. Now this guy is a bit crazy. Let me show you. There we go. Once it's melted a bit of it, start letting it, don't let it catch fire. Now I try and do my best job at this. It's quite a relaxing process. It's nice. Sealing it up. And then it's time to blow out the candle. Now watch this. It lights back. Isn't that crazy? It is a cheeky little candle every single time. The silver one. And then I just stamp the letter. And there you have it. I have completed the process. I've got the product in there, the stickers in there, I've written the address out, I've written a message, and I've sealed it up, and it's good to go. Then probably tomorrow or the next day I'll go over to the post office. Let's hope it doesn't get eaten by the snails. Okay, thank you for coming with me on that process of doing the letter. I thought I'd just show you that I do it by myself. It's all me. Some people thought that maybe I went through a third party, sort of a company that make the stickers and they just send them off. But no, it's all me, and it's packaged by me and everything with a little message. Maybe you learned something if you're ever sending off letters or if you sell your own products. There's a few tips there, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Now I'm gonna go head off outside, and I'm gonna try and utilize not having an LCD on this camera and see if I can still get nice shots, if I can still film adventures, film outside as I usually do, just without an LCD. And I'll probably give you some tips on my way of doing it. Ah, that is so annoying. I just came out here, checked the lens, and realised it was on manual focus the whole time. So I probably was out of focus that whole time. Hopefully not, fingers crossed. I came here up a back road. It's a really dusty back road, and what is quite funny is because we haven't had rain for a while. Buzzard. Because we haven't had rain for a while, the roads have gotten really dusty from tractors going up and down, and the birds around here, mainly sparrows and hedge sparrows and things, they love to dry themselves and get all the dust in their feathers, so they come down onto the road when no tractors and cars are going by, and they just roll around and dust bathe, have a dust bath in the roads. And I saw it earlier on today, and I just thought it was so cute because there was a whole communion of these sparrows and chaffinches and all these different types of hedge songbirds, all in the road together, and it was quite cool. This field has been freshly cut. That's what I mean by the tractors. The tractors have been here and they've cut all the grass. It was really long grass and lots of clovers and tall grass, and now it's been cut, and all the tractors going up and down the road all the time collecting all this grass. So they cut it and then they collect it, and it's really short and brilliant to adventure in without getting ticks. But this will be my testing ground. I'm gonna probably stroll off a bit further. We've got about half an hour of light left until sunset, and it'll get dark. Probably have another hour of residual light, but it's a shame. Summer is leaving. It's almost the autumn, and we're having shorter and shorter days. So for those of you that do not know, I broke my camera. Oh! Is it wireless? The LCD has come off and I do not have a display. It still works, it still films, it still records, still takes photos, so it functions. But it's a lot more difficult for me. It's a challenge for me to record with this camera because there is no LCD screen. It's kind of like an old school film camera. I can't look at the content I've just captured immediately. I have to go to a shop and get all my footage and film processed, and then I can get to see it. It's kind of like that, because I just have to wait till I get home to then go on the computer and see how the footage turned out. And I've got a few tips and a few solutions to overcome that problem that I would probably talk about. There's a cat. I think it's about... Oh! I was just about to say, I think it's about to pounce. And there it goes. I think it's called a mouse. That's cool to see. Can't show you. But of course I have other cameras. I have my phone, I have a GoPro that I can film on for the time being, until this is repaired or I purchase a new camera or just make my decision up. My quick fix was to just jump onto auto settings. Now this camera wasn't really good with auto settings before, but I've realised after looking at the footage on my computer, it's doing a much better job without an LCD, because it would use the LCD to search for focus all the time and it would try and get the exposure right, but without an LCD there, it's sort of just doing it in camera and it's much faster. So hopefully the footage is turning out alright. You may be able to notice that right now the camera isn't searching, and that's because it's on manual focus. But how did I solve that for my vlogging section of this video? So all I did before I started vlogging, before I started talking to the camera, I went onto photo mode and I put autofocus on the lens. I then took a selfie and it would have focused on my face to take a selfie, I hope, fingers crossed. Right before I turned it to video mode, I switched it back to manual focus, so then the focus is fixed on my face. So as long as I don't bring it too close or too far away, I should be just right. There may be a tiny soft little sections of this video where I'm just out of focus, but fingers crossed it is just right. But I really don't know, it's all about testing it out. It's just an awesome day, awesome evening. Now when I get to the location that I want to be on this little stroll, I'm gonna sort of teach you how I properly frame my shots. So when I set the camera up on a tripod, not just talking like this, how I will frame my shots without an LCD screen. It's very similar to the previous little solution that I told you. And I'm going to test it out and see if I can film the sunset. And yeah, have a relaxing time out here during the sunset. Okay, I've decided to sit down here, pretty much in the middle of the field, but the place I want to go to is overgrown. So it's a good view from here, see the sunset, and it's quite relaxing and quite nice. This is a good spot. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how I frame my shots, and how I would attempt to maybe do some cinematography, attempt to frame a shot for, I don't know, a documentary, a short film, or even if I'm vlogging. Here is how I would frame a shot. So right now it's on video mode. I'll switch it to photo mode. That means I can now look through the viewfinder. So say I want to film a time-lapse, I'd place my camera down on the tripod on the ground, and I want to frame the time-lapse so I get the beautiful sun and all the clouds in there. What I'd do is I'd have it on photo mode, look in the viewfinder, and then position the camera so that I get a good shot. That looks pretty good, got the horizon. Alright, and I'm going to switch it back to video mode, and now watch what happens through the viewfinder when I switch it to video. Okay, switching to video mode. You see that? The mirror flips up, and then you can't look through the viewfinder in video mode. Okay, so it's framed how I want it. I would then make sure it is on autofocus. Click the button. That beep tells me it's focused. Click it to manual. If I then clicked record and I was filming a time-lapse of the sunset, what would be bad about that is that I still have it on auto settings. Now it would expose it properly, it'd be brilliant, but as it got darker, as the environment got darker, the camera would make up for the environment getting darker. And so it would bump up the ISO, it would bump down the shutter speed, and then the time-lapse wouldn't look realistic because it'd be getting darker in the real world, but then the camera is getting brighter, so the image is getting brighter, and it would almost look like a sunrise. The sun goes down, but the environment gets brighter. So you have to make sure you put it on manual focus or somehow lock the settings. And that's the tricky part, because you can't see how it's exposed through the viewfinder, so you'd have to use your knowledge of shutter speed, ISO, to then get a good shot. I'm going to frame it properly. That was just a sort of example. I'm going to frame it properly. I'm going to try and use my knowledge to get the right exposure, get the right focus, and I'm going to film the sunset. So stay happy, stay humble, and stay curious, and have a brilliant weekend.